Hey guys, and welcome to Custom Sling. I've got a little thing I want to talk to y'all about that I've been seeing from time to time. We got competitors around and people that think they know how to make rigging and they don't. Matter of fact, they don't make anything. The only thing they do is bang some chain slings together. And it's easy, but apparently it ain't easy enough. And what we got here is a four-legged chain sling, adjustable. We got 3/8 by 12 foot 3 inch, and you gotta have the working load on it. You gotta have the manufacturer's name, and you gotta have the exact reach. And the exact reach is from bearing of the master link to the bearing of the hook right here. And you need to pull that tight by hand because OSHA requires the exact reach on there. And the only way that you can get the exact reach on there is to put a tape measure on it and check it. Well, what my competitors have done, and I say this all the time, this chain measured 12 foot 3 inches. Guess what was on the tag? 12 foot. And that was it. Well, some people say, well, it probably stretched. No, it didn't. You can tell when it stretches. They just don't know what they're doing. It's the bottom line. Maybe they do, and maybe that guy out in the warehouse had a bad day. I don't know. I'm just speculating. But you can't do that. So this chain sling, they had it marked at 12 foot. It measures 12 foot 3. And if anybody went out to inspect it, anybody that didn't have any common sense would assume that this thing was a stretch. So what I'm trying to say is, watch where you buy your products. Don't buy your chain slings and stuff like that from a supply house, or don't have them make it. You can buy it from a supply house, but make sure that whoever made it for them was a qualified rigging shop, because this is stuff we run into every day. Even web slings. I see the web slings that we're in competition with, and I tell you what, they're junk. Will they hold the load? Yeah, probably would. But the one thing you got to realize, if the product don't look good, chances are they might have one that don't hold the load, where we do. And I ain't just saying that because we're the ones that make them. I mean, I've been doing this since I was 10 years old, and I'm 53 years old now. And I can guarantee you I don't know everything. I learn something new every day myself. But been in it long enough to know. And I think some of the other rigging shops out there see the same stuff that I do. But, you know, buy your slings from a rigging shop. That's just bottom line. You're going to save yourself money. You're going to get a good quality product, and something ain't right, you know who to look in the eye and cuss if you want to, you know. And we'll get it straightened out, I can guarantee you that, if there's a problem. And better not be no problems coming out of this shop, I can tell you. But that was my little rant for today. And oh yeah, there's one other thing. I don't normally do these kind of videos, but and I'm not very good at it, but I can get my point across. Alright, so the other thing that I noticed, now if you look down this chain sling here, now we've already repaired this, so I can't show you, but I can give you an example of what had happened. If you look, 3 hooks are going one direction, one the other direction. This chain sling was improperly built to begin with, Tag was wrong. We have it fixed now, but the customer didn't even know it, or well, they didn't know it. They didn't even think to even look to see if the chain sling was any good or not. But this is the way it should have been. And what this allows is that you don't have a twist in your chain. If you look down that chain sling, it's all these welds will be up top when you get down there. And that's the way a chain sling is supposed to be built. Not one hook turned one way and one other. I mean, you can if you do two one way and two the other, but when you do three in one, it just doesn't make sense. And I see this all the time. So anyway, as I come across more things like this, I will tell you about it, just so we all know. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope this wasn't too boring, and I hope it was informative. Look at your tags. And also, you're supposed to have a written report on your chain slings one time a year by a qualified person. Now, if it gets sent into here, we're automatically going to test it and re-tag it. But if we're out in the field doing inspections and we do a visual inspection, we go out, the first thing we see, we mark it. First thing I look for is there a tag. If it ain't no tag, I move on to the next one. I write it up. If it's got a tag on it, then I'm going to look down it, glance across, see if a hook's bent. If hook's bent, ain't no point in going no further. It's out. You don't find any of that, then you got to look at every link on the chain. And also you need to hang it up. A lot of times I used to use bridge cranes to hang these with. People getting a little funny about other people using their bridge cranes, which I get it. But you need to raise them up, shake them out, and see if a leg is longer than the other. Or you can lay it on the floor if you got two people, pull it tight and measure each leg with a tape measure. That's the way we do it. We're within the 1/8 of an inch on the chain sling. So, you know, you need to have that done. And you're supposed to look at that chain before every use. I would suggest someone in your plant or your construction site, I would suggest doing a written report of your own once a month. You know, well, if OSHA does come in there for an accident, they can see that you have been doing everything you can to keep your guys safe and to keep your chain slings certified. So anyway, appreciate you guys watching, and hey, like and subscribe. It's important to me because I want my ratings up now. Come on, guys. But anyway, I have fun doing this kind of stuff, and I'll have to get this one edited up a little bit because I think of things as I go on, and I know I've repeated myself on some things, but hey, I'm not a professional. Anyway, we'll see you.